Hey, lovelies. I think the greatest frustration and wounding that we have in the culture, particularly that links straight directly to a mother wound, is when we dismiss how a person feels or a child feels or their experience in a particular event, dynamic, or relationship. When we move into places and spaces of connection, and someone is giving us the grace and the gift in order to share something vulnerable or share an experience with that they've had, and we go to, oh, it couldn't have been that bad, or oh, I think you should give that person another chance, or maybe they didn't really mean it like that. Maybe you misinterpreted it, or, I think that they're this person or that person, or I think the experience is more like this. When someone is connecting and moving in the relational field and they share something with you, their experience is valid and true. And when someone gives the grace and the blessing for you to witness that, your role in that is to show up and place your perception, biases, and experiences to one side and be present to meet them where they're at and validate how they are feeling, not through your own experience, but because the experience that they are sharing is true in that moment for them. It also means too that experience and that of what they've had or that relationship can shift and change. It is not finite and solidified at that point that is forever. Things fluctuate and move, as does life. And cultivating the way to show up genuinely, connectedly, in a stable situation, in a stability in your system to meet somebody where they're at and actually validate their experience is incredibly powerful for the person that may have not had that modeled, and for you in yourself to even validate for that another means that your own experiences are also validated in that space. The wounding is when we start to place our own experiences and our own need to control the narrative on the top of the other person's experience and what they are needing and what they are feeling at the time. That is the wounding, and that ruptures relationships, connection, and also not just your sense of self, but the other person who's come to you to share something vulnerable. So next time somebody is in your presence and they share something vulnerable, breathe, ground, feel your feet on the ground and feel the stability in your system. And all you need to do is witness. All you need to do is hold their experience. And you can even paraphrase and just repeat back to them what they have just said, or just even say, geez, that sounds really hard. You don't need to find a solution. You don't need to change their opinion or their perception. You don't need to cushion it for them. All you need to do is hold yourself steady in the field and meet them where they're at. And this in and of itself is just an incredibly supportive and beautiful place for your system to meet somebody and their system in the moment and in such loving, secure connection.